Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done in Loren Sherman's Gallifreyan script, and it was designed to be the center of a t-shirt, so I wanted to keep it kind of symmetrical and fit within like a foot or 9 inches and keep the lines pretty thick so that it could be screen printed pretty easily. So anyway, the minimum line thickness at a foot across is 1/10 of an inch. So that should be pretty well printable and cuttable if you do an iron-on or a screen print or whatever. Anyway, before I get into the letter-to-letter transcription, I want to say a couple notes on the phrasing layout and to point out where the words are. So, I did a couple pretend sentence circles in this design. So this is set up linearly, read left to right. So each sentence circle, so here's a sentence circle. This is the center of it. You'd read this one first since it's the left most, and then this one is the next in, this one is the next in, this one, and this one are all pretty close, but the center of this one's here, the center of this one's here, and the center of this one's here, so like Doctor's Cot, if you're familiar with that script. It's not Sherman's, but anyway, this one, then this one, then this one. Now, to identify my word circles, it's kind of tricky because my lines are going everywhere because I'm making pretend sentence circles. Oh, pretend in an actual sentence circle, you'd read bottom counterclockwise, but this is just a line coming to the F here. This is just a line going to the I, line going to the I, line ending there, H lines, so on and so forth. This is the only legit sentence circle because I have punctuation on it, which is the apostrophe for the I'm. But anyway, yes, left to right. That's how it's set up. So letter-to-letter transcription. So every consonant has a stem and modifiers. So the stem is the base shape on your word circle, and then the modifiers are the dots and lines. That the lines end on the stem for them to count, and the dots can be kind of wherever as long as they're closest to that stem, they count. Vowels are smaller circles that hang out around our word circle and stem. So A's are kind of towards the outside, E's centralized, I's, same spot as E's with a line going towards the middle. U's, same spot as the I's and the E's with a line going towards the outside. And O's are towards the middle of our word circle, kind of like beads on a string if they're on a consonant. Anyway, so this is A, B, A, J, A, T, A, T, H, A, E, B, E, J, E, T, E, T, H, E, because this is a B, J, T, T, H. So it makes most sentence in practice, so let's go ahead and look at our first word. So this is a complete sentence circle. It's the only one here, but there's only one word in it, so yeah. This is the first word you read. Here's the bottom of it. There's only one thing in the bottom quadrant, which is this little circle, which is a vowel. So it's by itself, it's got a line going towards the middle, so it's an I. Continuing around, here's an apostrophe. This apostrophe has 2 lines going from the sentence circle to where its spot is on the word circle. Apostrophes have 2 lines. I'm going to go ahead and hide that real quick. This is an M because it's a J stem with 3 lines. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. Lines can be curved or straight, whatever, doesn't matter. So this is the word I'm. Okay, here's our next word, reading left to the right. Again, this looks like it's a sentence circle, but these are just lines, I swear. So you can just kind of block this off from your vision. Anyway, here is the first bottom of this word, and here's the first consonant on it. It is a 50% or less completed circle with 2 lines. 1 line, 2 line ending on it. So that's a W, 2 lines. Here's another I, just like this I. Made them symmetrical. I. And now here is a completed circle on the line of the word circle. Now this line passes through it, but lines that pass through it do not count. So this actually has no modifiers, so it's a TH. So W-I-T-H. Okay, here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. And this stem is on the bottom. It is a TH stem with 1 dot, 2 dots. So that is a Y. And here is a smaller circle on the line, like a bead on the string of that Y. So it is an O. Oh, I erased the consonants, like lines that go through the vowels, and then the words that go through the vowels. It just cleans it up. Otherwise, it'd just be like a black dot, and you couldn't tell them from dots. Anyway, so that's a U. Oh, that's an O. This is a U because it's a line, small. It's got a line going outwards, and it is a small circle on the line of the word circle. So it's like this. So Y-O-U. Okay, here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. Here's the first stem you hit. It is a 50% or less completed circle with just a vowel on it, so no actual dots or lines, no modifiers on it. So that's a T, and this is an O, just like this O. I could afford to make it a bit bigger because it wasn't closed on the T, so there's no confusion of what else it could be, but it is a T-O. Okay, here's our next word circle. Here's the bottom of it. Here is the first stem. It is a 50% or less completed circle with nothing on it, so that's a T. Continuing around. Here is a 50% or more completed circle with one line ending on it, two lines ending on it. So that's an H. And now here's an E hanging out in the middle of that H stem. So here is an E right there. So that's like the BE. This is an HE. So the. Okay, now here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. It's a small circle. So it's a vowel. It's an E. There's no lines or anything, and it's centralized right on the line. Here's an E, and then here's the N, because it's got one line on a circle inside the circle. And here's a D, because 1, 2, 3 dots on a more than 50% completed circle. So 1, 2, 3 dots. End. And here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. Here is the first word you hit. First letter. It's a little circle inside the line. So unlike an E, this is inside the line. So that's an O. Continuing around, here's an F. 1, 2, 3 lines on the B stem. Now, this one is technically lower than this one. This is still in the rightmost quadrant. So if you're reading bottom counterclockwise, you'd still see this one first because there is something in this quadrant, in this less than 50% quadrant. So of, OF. And now here's another the, except I wrote this one way different than this one. I used a TH instead of a TH. So TH and E, just like there. So THE. And now here's our last word. Bottom. First thing you hit is this one. 1, 2, 3 dots on a circle inside the circle. Makes it an L. And here's an I. One line going towards the middle. And I had to keep this one passing through here, because if the line ends on this one, it would look like an M with 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it. This one had to pass through. Otherwise, they would count. So this is an L-I. This is the N, just like this N. And then continuing around, here's an E. Right there. Okay. So I didn't put a period or any punctuation at the end of this sentence just because I wanted to keep the balance here and here. So I wanted this sentence circle to kind of make up for the fact that this is one word in the same area as 3 words. So yeah, I'm with you to the end of the line.